Afternoon. Welcome to participate today's opening forum, the dialogue between Taiwan and Japan. The perspective and distribution of using the platform for the rest of the live. Today we would like to first welcome Director Liu Zhenyuan of the Department of Information Technology and the Educational Ministry of Education to share with us the layout of prospects of tablet for students in Taiwan. So in order to understand the current status of promoting the tablet, we will also invite the GIGA group from Japan to engage interaction. Without further ado, let's welcome Director Li to give us the Taiwan's distribution and perspective. Takasaki-san, Seiji-san, as well as Store from Google, and our the largest driver, Principal Guo, distinguished guests, classmates and parents, good afternoon. Well, today I would like to introduce a very unique and unusual interaction and dialogue between Taiwan and Japan. Allow me to introduce under such a policy what we have done and our implementation, and later on we will learn from other countries. So today is a very unique forum. That is the first time we see cross-border collaboration. Okay, so as I said, this is a very important trend around the world. For example, later on we will see that the GIGA from Japan, so that the one carrier, one life, by 2021 they will reach the goal of one carrier, one life, to emphasize the individual digital learning. Whereas the BYOD in Singapore, they also talk about the cooperation between the students, and which is a student-oriented learning. In Korea, they expect to reach one carrier in life by 2027. They utilize artificial intelligence to conduct the individual learning for students. From here, you can see that. So one a tablet or one carrier in one life. There is a very important collaboration with the technology that is individual learning. So by 2023, this year UNESCO has mentioned that so this is a technology-oriented education around the world. So we'll use a new technology, new carrier, new support, a digital learning platform to serve as a teacher to supplement their teaching pool. This is not a replacement. We are not going to replace teachers. We are here to support and assist the teachers. We also would like to enhance the awareness and knowledge for teachers, whereas the government should promote the publicity and popularity of digital learning. With regard to the in-depth the AI, the generative AI, UNESCO also mentioned that the teacher can utilize this generative AI to lay out the syllabus, and also the platform can create the one-to-one the learning coach, especially the term coach. They also can learn from the project. As from the government's perspective, the government should make assessment regarding such efforts impact to the learning of the students. So by 2023, after the COVID-19 pandemic, the U.S. is learning, including the leaders in the campus. So they play a very important roles in the school. And also, on top of that, whether the teacher can utilize such tools and platforms to conduct effective digital learning classroom. Of course, the most important, the parents whether parents can support the students or their children at home. So started from last year, here in Taiwan, started to promote each class have access to internet, and each students have a tablet. So we want to distribute the mobile tablet and also the internet access. With that, do we have the content for the students and the teachers? We also need to have the digital content. Last but not least, as I mentioned, we need to provide the individual learning environment for the students. How can we utilize the big data to provide individual learning environment for students? Therefore, here in Taiwan, started from last year, we have subsidized 61 carrier. So every 6 class, we will supplement 1. So the schools can take turn to utilize those tools. And also, we have a wireless Wi-Fi AP for every class. So each students can utilize the AP at the school. And so we also enhance 1 gigabyte. So to make the digital learning very convenient in the campus. And also, while they use the tool, perhaps they need to browse Google. Now we combine the popular tools for teachers. We have so-called the gateway for the digital learning, so they don't need to browse on Google. So you can see where are the tools here on this platform. If you want to learn English, we have the English class here. If you want to study the indigenous language or dialect, we also have the gates here. So on top of that, in the past, you need to have an account, a name, and a password for every platform. Now you don't need to do that. We have 1 open ID, 1 single account, and 1 password to go through 62 digital platforms to swim in this digital world. We also have a dual bilingual project. As we have seen that the children, we wish to make the digital learning that can be extended to the at home. So you can see if they are at home 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, if they can utilize a digital learning platform, so the rate is higher than the digital learning. So we extend the digital learning to home can really contribute to the learning of the digital technologies. You can see we have the teaching materials. We have social science, art, and performance art, visual art. We also have these mathematics and nature. If you don't know where to find those, like the character-oriented the teaching materials, we also have digital reading, the local language, art, nature, and the Taiwan history. We have the bilingual text. So you can see there's another language here. So this is to match the international learning and international trend. So on top of that, we also use combine Excel or the calculator to run the mathematic assessments. We also have these simulated the test, so the students can utilize this digital tool to study some science. And so in the past, you can only do the experiment in the classroom, but now we can do a lot of experiments under various scenarios and make a record, and then you can write it down, and then the system will automatically give you a grade. So this is a digital textbook. We also collaborate with a very famous vendor like Yan Tianhao is here with us from the historical perspective to look at the science. We also play very good videos, and the Boeing received the Golden Bell Award. And also the game learning, we also have this is like a cool part. And so this you need to cope with some of the tests and the tutors. So it is combine the fun and the learning together. Of course, the goal is learning. We also incorporate AI in Cool English. We have like a conversation practice, oral practice. In the past, a teacher need to teach 20 students. So now with AI, each student can have the conversation practice through tablet. We also put down this writing, like grammar, so to check the writings. We also have the chat GTP. You can chat with President Obama. You can even chat with Isa. You can also do some games here. And we also have universal format. You can ask some academic questions. We also have different discipline, different fields. You can call the robot to conduct a one-to-one tutor. And we also have the e-book. We provide 34,000 electronic textbook where they can bring those digital e-learning back home. We also have local resources. And on top of that, we also work together with the vendors. You can see the government, the public and the private partnership who help the Ministry of Education. We do the PPP, the public-private partnership. And so whenever the teachers has a demand, we will subsidize the local government for the teachers to provide relevant tools. So you can see we have this English reading, Chinese reading, and interactive teaching, something like that. Where are these content? If you go down straight on the left-hand side, you will see a very cute and interesting area. There's the explosive park there. You can try the interactive test. We also incorporate the big data analysis. We have like a Google map here. You can see for these are the students. There's a green line means the students are very familiar. White line means the yet to be teach. You can see there are two orange, not the touch virgin. So the teacher need to pay attention to the oranges dots. So we'll provide such a Google map. And this is individual learning journey for the students. You can see the impact. You can start it from this is the grading. So if they use 4 hours, not the 4 hours per day, but from the screening to the maturing, as long as they just watch the video, they run the tutor and the practice. After 4 hours, the evaluation rate is higher than the control group. So either English, Mandarin, and mathematics, we all have good performance. On top of that, so for their the rate is always higher than without self-learning. So you can see the children's self-learning capability is proportion to their grades or performance, either the Mandarin, the English, and the mathematics. Okay, you see whether we can increase their capability. You can see their capability is the criteria for the lifelong education and learning. So this is proportional to their grades, academic grades. We have many studies indicate that they have a positive relationship. So that if they can utilize, make the best use of this digital learning tool, they can reduce their time of or addiction to the internet, and also their learning capability can be further upgraded. So in the center is the project office for Principal Guo. We have the advisory group from 6 area. We also thanks to 20 cities and counties with a digital office to help the drive. This is a digital learning office. We have information network. We have the capability to help each other. We also provide digital teaching version 2.0. We also have the generative AI. We emphasize the digital learning. As a result, we don't just provide the content. The teachers need to utilize the tool to provide relevant activities in the classroom. You can see the platform can help the teaching in the classroom. You can see for any actions, you can see any actions. So you can also rate them. So on top of that, as I said, for the digital technology like VR or voice recognition can be utilized by the teacher for the students for learning. So here in the education technology exhibition, you can see this is VR learning. We have a lot of VR teaching materials. Like I said, we want to combine the tools and the teaching format. You can see the students can utilize this tablet to learn. So this is a differential learning, and in the classroom they need to discuss, and during their journey we emphasize how students can communicate, interact, and discuss with others. And the next is they need to make a presentation. So their presentation skills are also very important. Like UNESCO's report indicated that the students will be there all the way. But the difference is that the teacher need to utilize the new teaching system. They will be served as the leader or the guide to guide the teachers and the students to learn. So this is an experience of a smart ed classroom. We welcome you to spend 40 minutes. No, not that long. We only have 20 minutes students. We have a smart classroom. In there, we have invited excellent teachers to lead you to experience the classroom. So you are feel free to experience or just stand by to see once we have digital tool, how that can change the students. And so in order to help the teachers to run the digital learning classroom, so we have basic A1, like I say, we provide the platform and the carrier and the network together. This is the A1 digital workshop. And on top of that, so how to utilize the platform. This is a PPP, public and private partnership. To run the digital learning workshop, and also we have the character and the capability of digital learning. So here we have a so-called a trend where we have a PPL, some parents promotion to let them know that how these tools can reach their home and help their children. So our goal is three. First, we want to help the teachers to have a very good teaching through these digital tools. Secondly, later on you will see the children, they have a happy learning through this. The learning is different. In the past, it's stubborn. So now the children can learn happily. Last but not least, very important. So performance also is very important. As we see earlier, you can see through such a learning format, the credit, their academic performance will be better. So these are the background of the project. Next, without further ado, we would like to invite the international speakers and our executive secretary to conduct a panel discussion regarding our approach in various countries, so we can learn from each other. So this concludes my presentation. Thank you very much. Thank you, Director. The policy of every class has internet access and the students use a tablet. It's a big step in the digital transformation of Taiwan's education. I believe that Taiwan's teachers and students have experienced a change in education methods. Next is the exchange and the sharing between Taiwan and Japan that everyone is looking forward to. Later on, we will have a simultaneous interpretation between English, Mandarin, and Japanese. Today's international dialogue, again, we would like to invite Director Lee to serve as moderator. So later on, I'm going to invite the Director Lee back to the stage. Please take this opportunity to take the interpretation headset. We have English, Mandarin, and Japanese simultaneous interpretation service. Okay, once again, we would like to invite Director Lee back to the stage, and also we would like to ask Executive Secretary for the project, Mr. Guo. On top of that, we really appreciate the 3 international guests to participate in. Tsutomu Togasaki-san, どうぞ. Seiji Kozachi from Toda City, Saitama Prefecture, and the research and the Board of Education, and Stuart Miller, Asia Pacific Marketing Manager of Google for Education.
Seiki 还有我们的
Seiki-san, Mr. Stoll, as well as Principal Guo, and distinguished guests. I'm very delighted to have this opportunity to invite the experts and leaders from Japan, as well as the director and also the Google gentleman from Google and the Principal Guo to talk about how we promote the digital learning and the future vision in the future. First of all, may I ask Takasaki-san and also Seiki. So in Japan, I mean, either the whole nation or here in Taiwan, we call the city or county in each area. What is the overall digital learning plan in your country? For example, how do you do the central and the local government divide labor and cooperation and their role and the responsibilities? May I invite Takasaki, the director, to share with us? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Togasaki. I serve as the Saitama Prefecture's education director. So my role is to implement the digital learning I am one of the committee member for the central government's education review. This is a very important role. Allow me to introduce the location Togashi. This is a very small city, very close to Tokyo. So now Japan is an aging population with a very low birth rate. So at Satamu Prefecture, in our prefecture, actually the children's population is still growing. This is one of the very good area. However, while the children's population is growing, we also receive some pressure with regarding to the capitals. So our population is around 140,000. Among them, there are 12 elementary schools, 6 high schools. We have about 12,000 students. We have 4 concepts. First of all, AI is something that it is. I mean, we cannot use AI to replace education. However, AI is something we can use and applied. And secondly, the government, the industry, and the academic need to learn together and work together to utilize those resources. Then the third is in the past, the Japanese education emphasized individual experience, but nowadays we don't rely on individual experience, but rather to understand that how the education can apply, especially the background and the origin of the education. So we need to have evidence. The fourth is that although we do have the evidence to promote or drive education, however, such education is still need to be a scientific education, which means from the science or technology perspective to drive education. And on top of that, with regard to the budget, so can I continue with regard to the budget of the Japanese government? So nowadays, actually, on top of the central government, the local government also play a very important role. First of all, with regard to the public sector, they need to make sure that we do have enough budget to promote digital learning. So the local government's role is to establish a network and purchase the digital tools. So with regard to the implementation of those tools, the Ministry of Education will collect the successful examples and combine those informations, and then utilize that successful model to promote the format on the local governments. So the local governments will receive the information and resource from the central government and implement them into local governments. This is my sharing. Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to invite the Next, we are going to raise the second questions. I would like to invite the Kazaki-san and the Principal Go, as we know that like the Takasaki-san talk about the digital tools in the classroom. As you know that under such a scenario when teachers using such digital tools, teacher plays a very important role. So we would like to know, in Japan, do you have any successful or good method or policy to teach or train the teachers to utilize the tablets? So like Seiji-san mentioned about the local government have some plan and strategies. So what are the roles between the government as well as the schools? So may I invite Takasaki-san first? Okay, in Japan, the teachers training, I mean, it is the competent authority, that is, local government have an education committee. Those education committee can appoint teachers, so they will take the lead to organize the training workshops. But that is not enough. Therefore, each local government also take necessary training courses to train the teachers. Certainly, because different local governments have different scope or different scales. For example, like Nara Prefecture and our Todashi City. And so we have a very good courses, comprehensive courses. However, other local government might not have that kind of luxuries. So our format is not yet be a standard or model for other local governments. So our task is to change the mentality of teachers, enhance their skills or capabilities. So with regard to the education, actually, it cannot go from the outside to inside. It is rather rely on the teacher themselves to help the teachers to understand the value of that policy. So the teachers should take the initiative to change the teacher format. And during the journey, the education committee from the local government can support or assist the teachers to make the change and transformation. Nowadays, in Japan, mostly is top and down. So we should also enhance and increase more bottom-up policy. Next, I would like to invite the participate in e-learning and interact with teachers around the world. So through such interaction to help their children. So we just started it in Japan. Thank you. So next is that, as we know, that as we mentioned earlier, like everybody kind of touch it, like this. So when we promote this direction, actually, if you want to push or drive the students, you will eventually have some challenges or obstacles. If the teachers have some problems or challenges to utilize the digital tools, and then how we can help the teachers and how the schools can help the teachers. So can I just invite the Takasaki-san to share with us first? First of all, earlier I have mentioned that it is very important for the teachers to change their mindset or ideologies. So we have promoted all kinds of transformations. For example, in the future, when the children go to the society, what will be what are their challenges? Whether the teachers are aware of the challenge that the students will encounter when they graduated or go to the society. So if it is just apply what the teacher experienced in the past, then you will not do any benefit to the students to embrace their future. So if the teacher never thought about that, there will be useless. Even they have those kind of a lot of digital tools. I served as a principal in the elementary school in the past. I can feel that the education in the school should help the students to make them feel that go to the school is very interesting, very fresh, very exciting. When they go to the school, I mean, they can learn new things. When they can learn new things, they will feel that go to the school is very interesting and a lot of fun. So in Japan, actually, when the Japanese want to do something new, we always consider, well, it's too risky. I don't want to take the challenge. However, if we do not allow the children to make their dream, if our education cannot help them to create or generate some dreams, which the teachers should experience that. So it is very important to let the teachers to experience the dreams for the students. We all have successful stories, and we also have failure stories. So if my motto is that you should fail first. The school should fail first. Then the teachers should fail first. Once you experience the failure, don't avoid or don't be afraid of the failure. And then the teachers can share their experience and they can discuss how to establish the digital environment. This is my goal. Next, I would like to invite the Principal Guo. Yes, here in Taiwan, when we promote the lifelong tablet, is a very major transformation. It is very comprehensive. This is something we never done it before. We never have such a digital learning project in the past. So we encounter a lot of challenge for most of us teachers still apply traditional and old style teaching. So we would like to promote this project. We need to release the burden and challenge or obstacle for the teachers. For example, the poor the internet connections, or you need different account numbers and the password for different platforms. And first of all, we want to have enough bandwidth for the Wi-Fi. Secondly, Ministry of Education have established a so-called Open ID, one universal idea to launch a different platform. So we can organize all kinds of workshops to help them know to how to operate various tools. Second part is that actually there is another obstacle for the teachers. That is some place the teachers have a very high motivation. However, the school does not have enough support. So therefore, we need to support the local governments, like administrative support to help the school or to help the principals or the senior officers to embrace the digital technology, and then so we can promote the digital education. The third is the mental obstacles. Many teachers consider that my existing teaching method is very good. It's good enough. I don't want to add extra burdens. Therefore, we need to identify enough evidence to convince the teachers, say, hey, this will help the students in learning. And then secondly, although you will have some challenge in the beginning, but later on you will see the benefit. And then the last is the performance. The academic credit is very important. So while we are trying to collect the evidence to convince the students, say everything will change. So this is how we help the teacher to embrace the digital learning. Thank you, thank you. Next, I would like to invite Stuart Millers, Google for Education. Have you encountered any challenges or obstacles?
Definitely, we have. When it comes to helping teachers adapt to new ways of doing things, it's a challenge, as with anything. And I agree with Mr. Togasaki and Mr. Kuo said very strongly. I think two things are important when it comes to helping teachers adapt. One is start with the why. Sometimes when we do a training, we jump too quickly into the how and the step-by-step. And first, this is how you log on, and this is how you do it. But let's step back first and understand the why. Why do we need to use the technology? Because it will help the children obtain the skills that they need to be happy and to change society and to have it successful. That's why we do it, okay? And then the second important thing is to help teachers understand the benefit. Many teachers look at technology as an additional thing I need to do. Teachers are already very, very busy. They have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. They work very long hours. If they look at technology, they look at that as an extra thing. But it's not an extra thing. So for example, you can take creating a test or a homework assignment. Think about how much time and effort it takes to create a test or a homework assignment. First, the teacher has to think of the problems. Then they have to put them down on the computer or on the paper. Then they have to print it out. Then they have to hand it out. Make sure there's enough copies for every student and hand it out. Then the students take the test or they do the assignment, and then you have to collect the assignments again. Then you have to go through every single assignment and check the answers and grade them. Then you have to record every student's score, how they performed on it, and add it to the record. Then you hand it back. Then you ask any questions and try to follow up with the students. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time to do all of that work. If you use technology, something like Google Practice Sets, Google Forms, you can eliminate 80% of those steps. Technology will do the rest for you. The distribution, that's one click. The scoring, that's one click. The feedback, that's one click. The recording, their score is no clicks. It's automatic, automatically happens. So help teachers understand the benefit of using technology, how it saves them time so that they can spend more time with the students, changing the way they teach, optimizing the way they teach. That's important.
谢谢，谢谢。那刚
Thank you, thank you. When we talk about the technology, we talk about the digital technology. Now we have AI. It is fast and urgent, so advanced. So with regard to the AI's application in education, do we have any direction or ways to help the students or children? Can I ask Seiji go first? when we talk about AI, that is to say, in the past, we use a human brain to do something, and now AI will summarize what the personal brain can do. That's my awareness. We have three approaches in the school. First is that it will answer the question. And then what is the meaning of that answer? On top of my own answer, are there any other options or alternatives to answer the question? So the students can ask the AI to enhance the learning performance. Secondly, like English conversation, for example, to practice English conversation, you can practice English conversation with AI. AI will always talk to you. For example, some of the question you are kind of shy or embarrassed to ask teachers or ask your classmates. You can take the one-to-one practice or tutor with AI. The third is something you don't know, something you cannot engage or take initiative. Now you can give those subject to AI. The AI will summarize the knowledge from the public and give you a review. So if you are not familiar with certain field or that you want to know more about certain subject, so the AI can give you some background and summary of the knowledge. So in the past, we kind of reluctant to utilize AI, but nowadays we should take more proactive way to utilize AI. Next, can I ask Principal Guo? Yes, with regard to AI, well, because the generative AIs have to draw people's attention. But here in Taiwan, with regard to the AI, I think AI can help us in three different perspectives. First of all, help teachers to prepare their teaching. In the future, we will utilize AI to help the teacher to prepare their teaching. Secondly, to help the teachers teaching. So the teaching method can have different alternative approach because of AI. The third is students learning. So as I mentioned earlier, like Seiji-san mentioned, once we have AI, we can better help the students to apply a personal learning, because each students have their AI tutor or AI classmates. So the learning will be more diversified and more effective. Last but not least, we will make best use of AI, either the weakness of the learning or where the teachers can improve. So we can utilize big data and AI to understand how we can improve and do it better. Through that, then our teaching and education and learning can be more precise and also be more effective. So therefore, I think in the future, AI can really benefit us in our education. Thank you very much, Ms. Guo. Because we know that Google has a lot of AI tools. Google's can ask a steward from Google to share about AI's application in education.
Certainly, yeah, like you said, Google's been working on AI for a long time, and it's integrated into every service and product that we offer, and the same is for education. We believe that AI has the power and the opportunity to help continue to improve education in two ways. One is individualization. So we talk a lot about individualization. AI can help students learn the way they want to learn, where they're at. So I mentioned practice sets as a good example. If a student struggles, AI can give hints and prompts and assistance exactly specified to where that student is, exactly specified to where they're struggling, so that the education and the learning becomes individually optimized for each student. And that's really powerful. The second is optimization. So AI can help optimize education so that teachers are saving time with in the way they work, in the way they prepare materials, in the way that they grade. AI can assist with all of that stuff, as well as I mentioned before, helping the kids with their learning, really optimize, getting the best resources at the best time to meet their level to where they're at so they can continue to progress and optimize in the way that they work and learn.
谢谢。那
Thank you. So last question is to Takasaki-san. So with regard to the AI incorporation, do you have any comment or vision or recommendation? With regard to the AI's application, like the deep learning AI or generative AI in Japan, everybody consider generative AI is very risky, very dangerous. We have to be very cautious, especially in education sectors. A lot of them is very reluctant. However, there are also another extremes. Personally, I consider the generative AI in education it can play a very important role. That is the target we discuss, like someone we can consult or discuss or chat with, so to help the students to have a happy learning. Certainly, there are some negative impact. For example, AI probably they will generate something like true lies. You will thought that it is a truth, but it is a lie. It's a false. But if you have that kind of lies, it will mislead the students. I think in many countries, people are always trying to solve that kind of very misleading statements. So whether it is a true or a false, it is very important to identify whether it is true or false. Another thing is that when we talk about artificial intelligence, they have no knowledge. They cannot understand or fully appreciate the things. They don't understand humans. They got the solution based on the information. So therefore, we need to have a good learning and the reading capability to make the right judgment. This is something we should help the children to learn how to evaluate which is true, which is false. So when we also need to help the people to understand what is the generative learning. AI cannot really generate something out of nothing. They need to have something in order to they can create something. So once we know what they can do, we can make the best use of the artificial intelligence in education. Yes, indeed, this is very important. I think United Nations also raised the argument that what kind of the capability that teachers need. They have a draft already. I believe that by next year or 2 years down the road, they will be more solid. I really appreciate Takasai-san, Seki-san, and Google for Education Stuart Miller, who is a very important driver in the education. And also the Professor Principal Guo from Taiwan. So such a dialogue, I think it is very fruitful. We can learn what everybody is doing. We have a consensus goals, but we only have a minor part that is different. We can share with each other. We can learn from each other, and most importantly, we can utilize a cross-national collaboration to benefit the digital learning around the world. I really appreciate everybody's participation. I would like to give the 4 panelists a round of applause. Thank you very much. So we would like to invite the guest of honor to take a group photo, you can.
我们把双手空出来，我们小帮手有拿那个手举牌，让我们可以拿着一起合影拍照。那也请摄影大哥帮我们到台前 ，OK， 好，好。借这个珍贵跨国的一刻，好，许多教育领袖齐聚一堂。那我们看前方的摄影师、摄影大哥。OK， 好，好的，谢谢 ，Thank you all of you。那谢谢今天所有与会的朋友，台湾教育科技展还有3天，希望各位在现场都能有满满的收获。那今天的论坛就到此结束，祝各位有美好的一天，谢谢。